Delhi, the bustling heart of India, awoke to a tragedy on a day much like any other. Heavy monsoon rains had lashed the city, but for three young IAS aspirants, the downpour proved fatal. Trapped inside a flooded basement coaching center, their dreams were extinguished in the rising waters. This tragedy has shaken Delhi to its core. The city mourns today, but amidst the grief and anger, there is a growing demand for answers and accountability. The victims were not just students, they were someone's children, someone's hopes and dreams. The Delhi floods highlight the dangers of using basements for residential and commercial purposes. These spaces often lack proper ventilation, natural light, and emergency exits, posing serious risks during floods. Despite building codes, lax enforcement, and the need for space lead to safety violations. Basements are illegally converted into shops, restaurants, and residences, endangering lives. The recent tragedy is a grim reminder of this negligence. We need strict enforcement of building codes and zero tolerance for violations. The Delhi floods are a harsh indictment of the city's crumbling infrastructure. Years of unplanned urbanization and inadequate drainage systems have turned the capital into a disaster waiting to happen. The drainage system, designed for a smaller population, is overwhelmed by rainwater. Clogged drains, choked with garbage and debris, add to the woes. The result is waterlogging, traffic snarls, and increased flooding risk. The recent tragedy is a wake-up call for authorities to prioritize urban infrastructure. The tragic loss of life in the Delhi floods underscores the urgent need to rethink our approach to urban planning and building design. We can no longer afford to prioritize cost-cutting and expediency over the safety and well-being of our citizens. It is time to adopt a resilience-focused approach, one that anticipates and mitigates risks rather than reacting to disasters after they occur. Flood-resilient construction techniques and materials must be incorporated into building codes and strictly enforced. This includes measures like elevated foundations, flood-proof doors and windows, and the use of water-resistant materials. Furthermore, all buildings, especially those housing large numbers of people, must have clearly marked and easily accessible emergency exits. Who is responsible for this tragedy? As the city grapples with the aftermath of the floods, a crucial question arises: who is accountable? The answer, like the murky floodwaters that inundated the city, is complex and multifaceted. It involves a web of responsibility that encompasses government agencies, building owners, and even individuals. Were building codes violated in the construction or renovation of the basement coaching center? Did the authorities fail to enforce safety regulations? These are questions that demand thorough investigation and accountability. Those found guilty of negligence or wrongdoing must be held responsible for their actions, no matter how influential or well-connected they might be. But accountability goes beyond simply identifying and punishing wrongdoers. It also requires a systemic overhaul to prevent such tragedies from recurring. This includes strengthening building codes, streamlining the approval process for construction projects, and empowering citizens to report violations. The Delhi floods, while tragic, offer a valuable opportunity for introspection and reform. This disaster has laid bare the vulnerabilities of our urban landscape and the urgent need for a paradigm shift in our approach to urban planning and disaster preparedness. We need to move beyond the cycle of reactive measures and adopt a proactive, holistic approach that prioritizes resilience, sustainability, and most importantly, the safety and well-being of our citizens. This includes investing in robust infrastructure, enforcing building codes, preserving natural water bodies, and creating a culture of safety consciousness. The memory of the young lives lost in this tragedy should serve as a constant reminder of the human cost of our collective inaction. Let this tragedy be the catalyst for change, a turning point in our journey towards building safer, more resilient, and more humane cities. That's 5 minutes. Please like, share, and subscribe for more such content. Together we can make a difference. See you next time.